And we are live. We are back with some Minecraft gameplay. I'm sitting on this couch. Welcome back to the Worms YouTube channel. Ooh, your spot for all Premier Worms content. And today I will be continuing a little build that I've been working on in this world. I'll be talking a little bit about Minecraft probably, and whatever else I think of. But essentially, yeah, I wanted this to be my video because I don't really want to show my face. I want to have just a strange gameplay video as one of the many Worms videos that end up getting published. So yeah, I started playing Minecraft in, I want to say 2012, 2011, 2013, maybe about 10 years ago. And yeah, so the first version I played was actually the version that I'm on now. I thought it would be kind of nostalgic, and indeed it was, but I thought it'd be kind of nostalgic to boot up this old version of Minecraft, just to have a little bit of that feel, and to really go back to basics, because I think in my opinion Minecraft they developed a lot of stuff, but I didn't enjoy a lot of the new things that they added, so I just wanted a much more basic one. So here we are. And yeah, so with that, I guess I'll start with probably my day. Today's actually really interesting. I know I sound kind of deadpan, and I kind of have a little bit of sniffles, so ignore my bad voice, but I'll be building. Oh yeah, I was talking about how my day went. So yeah, today I had my first midterm, second midterm, and it was really strange because it was one that I had anticipated for a while, and it was this math class called Analysis, which is essentially just calculus, but done in a sort of different way, more like how a professional mathematician would sort of go about math. And yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic because the test itself was actually really easy, and I thought it would be much more difficult. I don't know why, but I just expected more, I guess, and the test was actually pretty chill. But it also was this indicator for me that maybe it's actually possible to sort of become a math major and sort of do all the things that I wanted to do in terms of getting a PhD and whatnot, which is still my dream as of now. I hope it's still my dream in a little bit, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm just building a bridge now. I'll explain this bridge in a little bit, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't look too robotic. It looks kind of robotic. I think I should make it a little more irregular. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about today, because I think I never really get the chance to with a lot of my friends or a lot of people in general, but I think is become really important, is sort of why I decided to do all the stuff that I'm doing now for math. So yeah, I guess I'll start out with in general, as a topic, I'd always been at least a little bit interested. I will say a lot of this is due to the fact that I was really good at math, like in kindergarten and whatnot, like when there was only numbers, and there was not much to think about, and so when I did those worksheets and was the first one to hand in my tests, I had always felt pretty good to sort of, you know, do that, sort of like a flex on everyone else, to like sort of prove that I'm better than them, even though that's not really how it works. But that's how it worked to me. So yeah, that's sort of what happened. And nowadays, I don't even know what I'm doing. But I digress. I was interested in it as a child, and then my parents also reinforced a lot of this. Like I feel like when the Asian parents see that you're kind of good at something, they sort of just send you off to those summer camps or those special programs or whatever, or they just kind of like gas you up. At least my parents did. So, oh. Okay, let me tower back up. So yeah, I'm playing on Minecraft 1.8, 5, 4, something like that. And I'm also playing on peaceful mode because it's my favorite way to play, and I'm on a single player world right now. So yeah, but yeah, my parents sort of gassed me up. I did like the little kid math competitions, and I thought that I was pretty smart because of that. I feel like there's little to no elaboration in terms of that because I just didn't think that much when I was a kid, I guess. But nowadays, or at least later in high school, I came to really hate math, which is something that I think my parents saw, but they didn't want to really talk about. But I think they could sort of tell that I was sort of hating my life every time I'd come back from like math lessons, where I had this guy. I think it was, what was his name? I'm blanking on his name, but he was this apparently really cool, really famous guy who would train a lot of the Olympiad people. So my parents thought, hey, maybe our son can be like this Olympiad, like insane mathematician, right? And I hoped I could have been too. It would have been cool to sort of be that high level at something. However, that did not end up happening. I was there, and it just felt like this like insurmountable like gap of knowledge between me and like the next person, the next person in the class. Even like the kind of dumb ones were still like, well, I say dumb, but they were still like learning multivariable calculus and like middle school or whatever, which is, when I look back at it now, I think I could have totally done that if I had more confidence, which might be a topic that I talk about more, which is essentially that I think for a lot of me growing up, there's this lack of confidence that I think affected me pretty deeply, I'd say. It shaped a lot. It shaped a lot of the ways that I viewed the life around me. And am I too high? I'm probably fine. I think I'll eventually taper this off too. But yeah, it sort of affected everything, including math, and it made me a lot less confident, and to the point where I kind of stopped liking math a lot, as much as I used to, because then the other thing that happens is that you think you're good at math, but then every once in a while, when you're in school, they start adding things, like they started adding fractions. I was cool with that, but then with variables, I was less cool with that. But I think for the most part, I still was doing fine with variables. And then at some point, I remember they added trig, and that was sort of what killed it for me. I'm not too good at trigonometry even nowadays, because I don't think I need a reason to not be good at something, but that's sort of where I was. Okay, good. I thought that was a top slab and I would have fallen and died. Hopefully I set my spawn. That would have been really rough if I didn't. But yeah. And I sort of... Why is this here? Okay. So I think now what I'm going to do is sort of bridge across and then go a little bit up the other way, so it's sort of like an arch. And I'm out of slabs. So yeah, it was a sort of weird thing where I was being told I was pretty good at math, but then my advantage compared to my school friends was becoming less and less. And then it was pretty apparent that I was not Math Olympiad material, which I guess the people around me wished I was. And so it was a little awkward. Looking back, I feel like I could have... Oh, I forgot, you can't even double click in this game, in this version. But yeah, that was just a little awkward. And then came time to like think about what I wanted to do with my future. And I think this was also another place where I stumbled a lot in terms of like my thinking and sort of what I would do with my future. Like, I think for me the big thing was that I knew I was probably better than your like average Joe 50th percentile guy in math, but I also knew that I was not like that. I was not that like 99th percentile level. So part of me was like in this weird, or I thought I was in this weird middle ground. So I didn't know what to do with myself. I sort of just said, hey, I'm just going to go to business school. I was sort of undecided because business is pretty like non-discriminating. You could probably do math things, do non-math things, and your life would probably work out. So that's what I ended up doing. And then coming here, I think I realized that actually that's probably jumping the gun, because another key point was that when I was thinking about all this, my brother, who is quite a lot older than me, probably like 15 years old, 13 years older, 12, 14, something like that. He had sort of gone through a lot of this before because he was a physics major. You know, physics is pretty close to math, and he had a lot of math and physics friends. And essentially, he was thinking about doing an econ PhD because he had friends who were doing it, he had friends' parents who were doing it, but he ended up choosing not to because, in his words, kind of, like the Asian and the Russian and the international people are all really good at math, and like when you're born in America, like your math education is just not very good, and this is true. The American math education kind of sucks in terms of preparing you for rigorous college mathematics, because yeah, I think at least early college and late high school math sort of just focuses on like sort of trying to visualize everything, where that's like I think kind of missing the point of some of this higher level math stuff. But yeah, and it's hard to focus and build at the same time, so forgive me if I sort of lose track of my words here. But essentially, my brother was off this PhD plan, and he ended up going to law school, where he said that he was better able to sort of take advantage of what the situations that he had. Oh shoot! Sort of better take advantage of the situations that he had been given, which was, you know, having American history, 12 grades, and that kind of thing. Actually, I'm going to make this, I'm going to start leveling off because I don't think I have that much room to play with here in terms of vertical space. But yeah. Yeah, he chose not to do that. And my parents sort of are pretty rational for the most part. And so they saw his logic and they were like, okay, that makes sense. And so they just let him go. And I think they sort of assumed the same about me, that I would be the type to sort of be better at humanities, if that makes sense. And unfortunately, that was not the case. In general, I think... Am I not shifting? Oh my goodness. This old version of Minecraft is so scary, guys. You can't... Like, the double tap is the only way to sprint, and then, like... It's just... This game is... Some parts of this game are a lot worse, but... Yeah, so I think they sort of... Oh! Okay, perfect. Amazing, we've made contact. But I just wanted to kind of do quantitative things for a lot of my life. So that sort of gets us to where we are now. And I'll sort of try to explain that, I think, because that's probably pretty important. How should this look? 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Maybe that looks good. Probably. And then, do we have this kind of taper off here? I think this looks pretty solid. I think I'm going to go down and see how it looks from below. Do I have a place I can... No, we just got to go down. Oh, I'm also waiting for some cows to spawn so I can get more leather. Leather is pretty useful for some books, and then I kind of want to make some dyed armor. I'm feeling kind of naked right now, but yeah, there's essentially what I'm trying to describe is this like weird paradox, dichotomy, word jumble thing where my parents wanted me to, they're trying to force me to do math, and you know, I was fine with that, but also they didn't want me to go into math too much because they thought that I would be better suited to do humanities, and I think it's not completely false, but I did not want to do it. So then there was this point in high school where I was sort of failing pre-calc, and I was just getting C's and D's and all, like 60s and 70s and all the tests because I couldn't be bothered to study. And that's probably a math low point for me. But then after that, as I mentioned, I sort of went to college and forgot about everything. Well, not really. I told myself I would take enough math classes to get by, and that started with calculus. Took all 3 installments at NYU, and then I went on to linear algebra in last semester, and that's sort of when the idea popped into my head that math could be more interesting, because I think the math I was doing at the time was more interesting, as in linear algebra was more interesting, and I thought about, you know, potentially doing something with this, like, and doing more research. And at the time I was also working at a part-time internship with the same company that I had been at, doing actuarial science, which is like sort of applied math. If you don't know what actuary is, then it's basically just, you're like an engineer for an insurance company. You're sort of working, because insurance is pretty big. It's like a pretty big deal in terms of helping the economy run, so there's like a specialized field of people that just sort of work on problems in that area. But essentially I was doing that and doing data things and, you know, all the buzzwords, I guess. But I kind of hated it, and I was sitting on that 26th floor, and I was like, I kind of hate it here, of our building in Midtown. So I thought, hey, like, what if I just majored in math and then sort of went on to try to get a PhD and eventually become like a researcher. That was something that I was thinking about because, oh my goodness, all these trees are gone. I was thinking about that because I'd always wanted to be a professor since growing up, and sort of like do research and do interesting things in a field and become really specialized and that sort of thing. And I think math was probably the thing I was most interested in growing up and throughout. Like, I think it would be hard for me to justify being like a history professor or psychology or something. It just fields I'm less interested in, but that's just me. And I was calling my mom one day, and then on the phone I was like, Mom, I kind of like don't want to do this thing anymore. Like, I kind of hate business school. You know, the things that I feel like I sort of repeat a lot, but I was telling it to her for the first time, and she was sort of like, well, that's fine. I think I'm really thankful for her saying that, because I think, I don't know how other people's parents, or if I were in that situation, like what I would do, right? But I'm really thankful that she was sort of pretty accepting of me not wanting to. Do these only stack to 32? Or am I? Okay. But yeah, I was really thankful that she was pretty accepting of that, and she was like, that's fine, like, how much longer do you need to graduate? And already, like, just sort of like having accepted all this information, or all the decision that I made. I guess I seemed pretty resolute, or else she probably wouldn't have said all this stuff about, yeah, I guess I'll get to that, but, and then, but yeah, I think my situation is pretty unique because my brother is pretty old, and so my parents don't really worry about like what's gonna happen to me, because they know like George is there and he'll probably like drag me out of the gutter if needed. But I think they were less concerned about me in general, because apparently I had a more stable personality than he did, but who really knows? And then, really? There's no cows anywhere? This is preposterous. But yeah, as I was saying, they were pretty accepting of that, and now I'm sort of in this situation where I get to try to make my dream come true, a dream of like a long time ago. And how much wood did I get? Like a stack and a half, maybe. I think I had some wood to start with, but oh, it's already grown. Oh, this update had these trees. I hope there's no like wood stuck in here. There probably is. Okay, maybe not. It looks like it's decaying, so that's good. But yeah, I forgot where I was really, but wow, these trees are growing really fast. So I also, by the way, I know we're 25 minutes into this recording, but I don't know how long it's gonna go or how long I want it to be. But yeah, by the end of it, I just want to be sort of at peace, and it's a peaceful game that I'm playing, so hopefully I can achieve that. Why is it dark? Okay. But yeah, that's that. And after that, I started trying in math a little bit more than I had. Oh, this is so annoying. How did this even happen? Did you guys even know this was possible? I feel like I've never seen this in my life. There's like 6 branches on this tree. But I guess I'll... Dude, what is this? I hate these trees that like make you go up and like... Is there more here? There's more. See, I hate these ones that are completely hidden. Oh. Is it decaying? Please be decaying. Okay, we'll stay here for a bit. Just kidding, I'm impatient. Oh, there is more here. See what I'm saying? Oh, there's more here too. Okay, there we go. I see the light changing. But yeah, that's that. Again, I forgot where I was. I feel like I need a better train of thought. Or I just need to keep talking and not be quiet. Also, I think I'm gonna never-endingly be here. So I'm gonna say we'll let more trees grow before I get more wood. And yeah, I want to build a bridge from here to here, essentially, and then from here to here. Or maybe here to here. Or this is my house. We'll do a house tour. We'll start off with an unfinished part, which is that my old house, when I played Minecraft Pocket Edition, which is my first Minecraft, had this underwater base. So I kind of wanted to recreate that here, but I'm in the middle of that, and we'll light it up. But I'll be working on that. And then here we're in the basement, this hallway. Getting into our main room here. We have some chests. I did a little bit of mining, but not too much. And actually, I don't know if I'm going to use redstone in this world. I kind of like having no redstone and having everything be analog. But yeah. And then we go upstairs and we have where we started, where I said the intro. And then this chair here. Have a window of the world. And so hopefully I can populate this world with cool buildings. Populate might have been a weird word there. But yeah. And then while I think the main thing for me, because again, Sky Thomas, he's got no confidence whatsoever. He can't come to his own conclusions. Or it was just really hard to. But it was pretty easy to listen to others. I felt like my whole life I had been sort of listening to my parents when they told me what to do, what not to do, and then listening to George, and then yeah, everything like that. So I guess I found it pretty easy to listen to others, but not really make my own decisions. But then I was talking to one of my professors, one of my finance professors actually. She is probably one of the more influential people on my life, I guess. Oh, we can harvest. So yeah, again, to breed cows and sheep, we need wheat. So that's what this is for. And then I will also be expanding with this iron hoe. Guys, I really want to use only iron tools because I think it adds to the whole vintage aesthetic. But guys, diamond tools are pretty good. Like, they mine so much faster, man. But yeah, I can't believe we're already 30 minutes in. I feel like I barely started. But yeah, when I was talking to my finance professor, she was really supportive of me, and she was telling me about when she was in school, sort of studying to become a professor as well. She mentioned that for her, she really liked math too, much more than the other topics, but she ended up not doing it because of many reasons. She wanted fame and recognition. It was better paying, more in demand, probably easier to find a job, etc. You know, there's countless reasons why you'd probably want to be a professor of finance or econ related things versus just pure math, which is what I'm trying to do. But she said that if she could do it all over again and just study what she wanted to, which was math, then she would. And that was just kind of it was a crazy thing, because I'd been feeling the same way, but she sort of verbalized and said a lot of the things that I was thinking about. And so it was just one of those moments that I feel like life handed to me in a package that was well wrapped for the first time in a while. And that just felt kind of surreal. And I think from that point I sort of knew that I'd want to study math. And so that's sort of where I am now. It's been a couple months since then. I started doing a lot of self-studying and sort of trying to do my best to learn how math is done at a sort of high level. And by high level, I don't mean like just like a higher skill level, like how really smart people, like math professors, sort of work on math. And just trying to do all this stuff related. And I'm doing this classic thing where I'm trying to make my build better, but I don't know what it's missing, so I'm just kind of wandering around aimlessly, and I think this happens all the time, where you just keep on adding things until it like looks worse than before. Maybe I'll add fences here as like a railing. Maybe not. What if I add? Oh, this is no good. I'm on the wrong half of the slab. But I'll add like fences here. And yeah, I've been trying to figure out how I could do math at sort of that higher level. And hopefully I'll be successful in such a journey. I certainly hope that I'll pick things up. And I was thinking about, even if I didn't have oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll do like this, right? Well, I guess this looks a little awkward, but it's only awkward if you think it's awkward. So I will keep doing it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. And that's also why I think that's also why today felt kind of weird for me, because maybe I will just connect everything. Does that look better? I can't tell if it does. Maybe I'll be undecided. Actually, I can't be undecided. I need to decide. I just feel like it looks too narrow if I section off here and here. Maybe I'll just do the ones. But yeah, today was sort of surreal because it's like step one. It was like the first step. That's what step one means, Thomas. But it was like the first step in me sort of continuing my education and trying to chase this dream. Yeah. And that's just, I think it was a sign that I can do it, that it might be possible. And that's all I'm looking for, is like motivation, because it's really hard to stay motivated. Who would have guessed? But yeah, there's some things that motivate me. I think these days, there's this 3-minute video by it's like a clip of a movie or a documentary or something, and am I doing this right? Maybe it's this clip of this documentary about this guy who solved a really famous problem. His name is Andrew Wiles, and it's about and he's just talking about how it's like the craziest thing that he's ever done in his life, and that's like the biggest achievement and whatever. But he's also like, he says it's crazy. He solved a problem that looks really simple. Actually no, I'm recording on the game bar, so I can't really describe it to you, but y'all know the Pythagorean theorem, like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. There's been this old question, like we use the number squared, right? And then we can find a bunch of numbers that are equal. But can we do the same thing with higher powers? Like, if we have a cubed plus b cubed, is that equal to c cubed for some like numbers? And so, like, obviously you can find like real numbers, or like, but can you find like natural numbers, like integers, that do that? And then this guy proved that it's not possible, which is like a problem that, you know, it doesn't seem very hard to most people, probably, because like, why would it seem hard? But apparently it's really hard to prove, and he proved it. And so there's this line, the whole build-up is that there's this line in this documentary where the guy is like, I got to do what I dreamed of doing when I was young. And I think that was sort of a crazy line for many reasons, including the fact that I am trying to do the same thing. And I think I'm going to try this aesthetic where like every other block has I kind of like this, and maybe I'll put torches. Do I go torches on every single one? Does that look cool? Probably looks pretty cool. Maybe I go every other one on top of that. I like the variety there. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to do, is like the things that I wanted to do as a kid and just actualizing them now. That would make me pretty happy, I think. Who knows what would make me happy? But there's that. Okay, this is like a long patch of no torch. I think I'm gonna kind of mess with what I've built here. And yeah, I think for the most part, it's a matter of like executing on this dream that I have, because in reality, I think a lot of people could be good at math if they really tried, but not everyone has like the motivation or the willpower and whatnot, and all those other like words that kind of mean the same thing, to do like to have that dedication, I guess, to do everything. And okay, this bridge actually turned out really cool. I didn't know what it would turn out like, but I'm pretty happy with it. I like how it's like no guardrails. It's like you could jump at any point. But yeah, it's sort of a cool photo. It's like you don't really know where this bridge is going, but you see the fence posts fading into the distance. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I should talk about something else. Huh. That was a lot about math, but it was also about me. So like, hopefully it wasn't all boring. I feel like math can be boring for people sometimes. Man, this bridge actually, it's kind of fire, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I think that's why now I sort of tell people to chase their dreams. I think before I was of the mindset that you should probably just do what makes a lot of money, because it would just make life a lot easier. But then like what is the point if you're not like doing something that you find interesting, you know? And I ran out of slabs. And I don't even have any more cobblestone to make slabs. So I guess we'll go do something else. Maybe work on a new project or something. I want to probably cut this off at an hour long. But who really knows? Yeah, but I think the mindset that you should just do what makes money and then have hobbies that sort of make you happy, or like, you know, go to church, have community, that kind of thing. I think that would work for some people, but yeah, again, it's sort of like my professor was saying, was like, I have that feeling that, you know, if I fail, fine. Like, that's fine. It's fine if I fail because, or it's fine if I fail if I tried. But it's not fine to fail because I didn't try, or for not trying hard enough. I really want to try pretty hard to do this thing. She said that if she could give up, actually this is not what she said. This is a dramatized version, because, well, this is what I think. I think if I turned old and I didn't do any of this, and I sort of lived life back doing finance or actuary or something, if I was given the chance to redo everything when I was like 50 and go back to when I was 20 and, you know, try again and give up all that I had, all the money that I hope I would make, that I would choose to try it again, or to try doing what I wanted to do all those years ago. So I think that other people should adopt this mentality, sort of, maybe, to an extent. Don't just be like an NPC or whatever, and don't just be like scratching the lottery all day trying to do something that's like stupid. But like sometimes you gotta be a little unreasonable to, like, it's like that whole quote or that whole idea where, like, to do something that other people think is impossible, like, you gotta like actually try a lot. Like, the amount of effort that those people kind of put in and the amount of haters that they had was probably crazy back in the day. Like, you know, but you just gotta deal with that and get through it. So yeah, that's probably what I think. And I don't really know what else to say. I'm at a loss for words, guys. Oh, stone finished smelting. More stone. I wonder why there's all this stone here. But yeah, that's that. Why are all my chests so unorganized? As I say, as I shift click everything back in. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. I feel like at every critical step of the way, I have like these vivid pictures of what really happened, and I wonder if I can accurately capture. Oh, this old water is so funny. It like you just miss the old days. But yeah, I wonder if I accurately captured any of it, like the emotions that I had throughout all of this. Oh, the Minecraft music is so good. Yeah, I wonder what I will say in a year or two. Because I also want to do something creative. I thought about picking the cello up again. Honestly, I'll probably do that. I think it makes sense as like a creative outlet. But I also thought about like some sort of visual art, like drawing. But that sounds like a lot of work. Or like writing or something. Something more, you know. But it would be an undertaking either way. So I really don't know what else to say. I feel like I've said all that I sort of wanted to. Maybe I'll expand my house. It'll go back out, up, there'll be another little watchtower or something, and then boom, we connect that bridge there. Maybe the next time the next time there's an installment, things will be more developed. It looks like more wheat has grown. Oh good, I have everything I need. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. This is where I'm at, I guess. And all we can do now is sort of hope for the best and put in the good work, because the job is not finished. There's a lot to do. Why did I grow so many big trees? This is so ugly. This is so annoying to clean up. It's actually so bad. Oh, I'll deal with this later. Maybe I should put like one of those ceilings. Oh well. Oh, I have another portal. I haven't gone here in a long time. I wonder what is here. Oh, this is the old Nether too. Oh, I guess I haven't even loaded this stuff. It feels so empty without. Without like all the mobs. Are there even mobs in the Nether in Peaceful? Because I think it's only empty, and there's not even any quartz here. Wow, guys, this is kind of crazy. I haven't played this old version of Minecraft in so long, and the old lava texture. Guys, the new Minecraft generation is like missing out on this. I don't even know. I don't know what to say. I want glowstone. Oh, I need red mushrooms. Red mushrooms will be useful. I think if I ever want to like do something with end portals, mushrooms are pretty helpful. But yeah. Should I do an episode 2? Let me know what you guys are thinking. I might just cut it off here. But yeah, we'll end here. We'll end shortly. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you go and chase your dreams. One final quote that professor that I was telling you about, that she said to me, was like, oh, who was it by? Like, Thoreau, probably? I think it was by Thoreau, and the quote was something like, march confidently in the direction of your dreams. Go confidently? I think it was go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Like, seize the reality that you want, kind of thing. I think a lot of times those like platitudes that people say don't really stick, because at the end of the day they are platitudes. But that one sort of stuck with me. You guys should go look it up, or maybe Charlotte will edit it in or something. Who knows? But yeah, I want to end in the overworld, because it would have been bad if I died there. But I want to end in the overworld. Where is the portal? Where did it go? I think it's up top. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so y'all should go chase your dreams. And what? Took damage by this. I hate taking damage. Oh, unloaded chunks. But yeah, wait, I want to end where I started. So yeah, hopefully you guys will go chase your dreams. If you made it to the end of the video. If you didn't, unlucky. You should just leave. But maybe next time I'll talk about something more interesting, like depression, or like my friends and the story of how I came to be who I am today. But yeah, that's it. Just a short 55-minute video. And thank you all for watching. Mwah!